Hey folks, and welcome back to this Let's Play of Pac-Man 2, The New Adventures. So far, it's just been the one adventure of getting Pac-Baby some milk. Although I'd argue it's not so much an adventure as it is being a good, responsible parent. But I don't know, I guess maybe Pac-Man is starting to feel the suffocating stranglehold of parenthood and marriage, and he's gotta frame these things as adventures. Like, oh, Pac-Baby needs milk! Time for an adventure! Gotta help with Pac Jr.'s homework, another adventure! oh, I hate my life. Case in point, our current adventure is to, I guess, be a good neighbor or something. We'd have to get some mountain flowers for the girl living next door, so okay. Whatever helps you get through the day, buddy. Obviously, standing under boulders doesn't help you get through the day, so maybe I can help him out with that a little bit. I really was trying to save Pac-Man's life there. I know it didn't quite look like that, but I just forgot that you can't shoot the boulder away. We're essentially omnipotent, like we're some kind of weird slingshot god here, but it seems that our domain is not so much over boulders as it is easily manipulated yellow men. It makes you wonder, though, if he's actually all that bad at life. Because he kind of is, but like, how much of that is him and how much of that is me? Because he wouldn't have eaten that fruit if I hadn't knocked it down. He wouldn't have transformed into this monstrosity. Oh god, I've created a monster. Yes, that was a game over scenario, believe it or not. They're getting in my mouth! So hey, let's maybe have him try eating another fruit. The first one went so well for him, I don't see how this could possibly be any worse. Yep, that's a sign of a good fruit if ever I've seen one. But yeah, just really bums him out. You know, when his life is this miserable, I can start to see why he refers to all these mundane things as adventures. But this is actually a really good illustration of how Pac-Man's mood can impact the game, because he is just too depressed to kick it away. And you'll have to forgive me for all this abuse, but I thought it would be good, just for the sake of showing you guys what it's like if you keep striking him when he's depressed. He'll go catatonic for a while, and it's pretty disheartening, to tell you the truth. I don't feel like a good person for doing it, but for the sake of having a thorough Let's Play, I have to shoot Pac-Man in the face. If anything, you all are the ones responsible for this. His blood is on your hands, not mine. So yeah, like I was saying, I think that's a good example of showing how his mood can affect how he interacts with different things. Because if he's depressed, he's just gonna go barreling into those logs every time. Okay, so we do have to shoot one of the platforms out from underneath his feet, since otherwise, if he jumps from the top one, he'll just overshoot it and fall to his death. So I apologize for the fright, Pac-Man, but it was necessary. Shooting both out from underneath you wasn't. That was just fun. Here's a guide for the upcoming Minecart segment. And based on where it looks like Pac-Man was shot, ouch indeed. Oof. Oh, buddy. I'll shoot you a lot, but even I'll try and keep it above the belt. So right off the bat, you'll notice that instead of telling him to look, we tell him to go faster, faster, and faster, faster he'll go, damn it. So there's that, and like the guide said, you also have to shoot Pac-Man in order to get him over certain obstacles. Or to reiterate, faster, faster, and ouch. When I was younger, I actually thought that breaking all these lanterns in the background would get you something at the end of the section. I don't know what I even thought that would be exactly. Like, I don't know. I can't imagine what what that would do, but some sort of Easter egg or something. Needless to say, that's not the case. And watch, some Pac-Man 2 aficionado is gonna come in and be like, well, actually, Bumbleborg, shooting all the cave lanterns causes Pac-Man to become real, and he's your best friend. And it unlocks Big Head mode. This next death coming up I find to be particularly brutal for this game. I don't know why. Yeesh. I think it's because you can't see, like normally he's just like flattened like a pancake like this, and you're like, oh, he's fine, he'll bounce back. But him being flattened like that, you can't see anything. Like he is good and dead. There is no doubt about it. He has been crushed to death. Every bone in his little pack body has exploded into dust. So now that I think about it, that might actually be it. It's just not quite cartoony enough. Fun fact, I did not mean to die there, just as I did not mean to die the 4 or 5 subsequent attempts at that part. At this point I was just like, alright, I'm done with the cave. Can we just be at the end, please? And yeah, that contraption the ghost had is such a pain for trying to do this all in one go. Because there's really only the one way you can get by it, and it's just like you have to time it so perfectly. And it's like after doing it and failing a bunch of times, you just want to get to the end, so you spam the faster, faster button, and it's just a mess. That is some wicked rope burn, and Pac-Man is understandably a little pissed off. He made it through that entire section unmarred, and now his hand's gonna be hurting for the rest of the day. I'd be pissed too. That's like winning a race, only to skin your knee as you cross the finish line. And that was honestly an accident. Out of all the times I've shot him in the face, that's probably the only one. But he's certainly well within his rights to yell at me for it. But he's happy, it's fine. He's forgotten all about it. Now I know what you're all thinking. You're saying to yourselves, hey Bumbleborg, I really hope that Pac-Clam makes another appearance, because once in a video is just not enough. I think I still might get some sleep tonight. So if you wouldn't mind dredging up that nightmare again, I'd really appreciate it. You do have to cut Pac-Clam some slack for this, though. He is literally laughing in the face of death. He is just being sassy as hell. Also, I think if you get in this situation, you end up just being stuck. I don't know if a power pellet would snap him out of it, but shooting him certainly doesn't. He just waves you off like, hey, piss off. Anyway, let's rejoin Pac-Man after that horrible rope burn he got earlier, which understandably put him in a foul mood, but a little splash of water on his face and he's okay. But 2 splashes of water? That just makes me mad. And for everything that I've put Pac-Man through, I've never at least sunk this low. I'm no pizza thief. And it makes you just... like, he's already sort of bad at surviving on his own to begin with, but who knows how long that pizza's been down there. It's in a wooden box that does not look like it's been properly refrigerated. He's got a wife and kids to think about, and he's just eating cave pizza. That's fine. This really is his darkest moment. He is unleashing the rage within, and it's not good. But not understanding technology just does that to some people, I suppose. He also just does not give a shit about the ghosts. Blinky, I swear to God, I do not have time for this right now. I think we all know how we can get Pac-Man to calm down, though, and that's with some good old-fashioned ghost murder. Also, I kinda screwed this one up, but that's okay. Pac-Man. Pac-Man, no. Don't. Ugh. Pac-Man, please. You know what this does to you. Ugh. And he was just riding the high of killing all those ghosts, and it's in an instant. It's gone. He's such a roller coaster of emotions down here. 1 second he's happy from eating cave pizza, the next he's furious about getting splashed in the face. It's kind of a problem. And not only is he a pizza thief, now he's a video game thief too. It's just starting to make me a little uncomfortable, Pac-Man. Where do you draw the line? Where does it end? And just like that, he's in a bad mood again. Interestingly enough, Pac-Man does have to be in a bad mood in order for him to escape. After he kicks it, you just shoot the console and he punches it, and he is free! And he couldn't be happier. For good reason, too. He thought he was gonna die down there. But still, regardless, that doesn't excuse his behavior. That's no excuse for freaking out the way he did. But that's good. Let's just wash our face, wash away the shame of having become a being of pure, unadulterated rage for not understanding technology, and we can move past this. I hope you'll all agree that this has been a pretty good adventure so far. We rode down a mine shaft to get a video game cartridge like this. If that's not the epitome of adventure, I don't know what is. And I know it sounds impossible, but the high-octane hijinks aren't over yet. So we have a hang gliding section here, which is pretty similar to the minecart section. It's a bit more forgiving, I think, than the minecart one. There's kind of a tricky spot at the end, but other than that, it's not too bad to do it all in one go. Pac-Man gives a quick wink to the audience and promptly dies. It's like, are you even trying anymore? Apparently not. This is a very bizarre reaction for him to have to that. I don't know why he does that there, because normally he's fine with it. Like, you're supposed to clear the runway for him. So I don't know why he's in such a sour mood now. How dare he shoot my favorite rock? Bastard. Good. Great job. Yeah, and he's... So when I loaded it up again, I tried to be a little more careful with shooting it off, and he didn't have any problems there. I honestly don't know what the issue was the first time. Maybe he was, like, concerned that it was gonna hit someone on the ground, but yeah, it's really weird. But yeah, like I said, this hang gliding portion is basically the same as riding the minecart. It's just instead of faster, faster, you tell him to go higher, higher. Another similarity is how dickish the ghosts are here. He just punched him out of the sky. Like, my god. Where's your sense of decency? I know he's a pizza thief, but come on. This game is called Pac-Man 2: The New Adventures, and this is actually pretty adventurous right now. This and the minecart riding. That's about as much adventure as he's ever gonna have in his life, and the ghosts are just actively trying to ruin that. Sadly enough, this is the equivalent of a vacation for him. You want to know what a previous adventure he had was? Getting milk for Pac Baby. That's a typical Pac-Man adventure. And here I just thought I'd see what happens if he crashes into the ground, but it's not really anything special. Well, we made it, Pac-Man. I hope you had fun, because it's all downhill from here. And when you question him about maybe not littering, psh, not my problem. He can't be bothered, ultimately. You'll notice he's knocking some sense into himself and being like, well, won't be making that mistake again. Yeah, that's not the case at all. Ew, an apple core? Some jerks aren't eating this. A tree is not a garbage can, you asshole! But Pac-Man, that's just called biodegrading. So Pac-Man's already pretty miffed at this point. And, well... Boy, how awkward would that conversation with Miss Pac-Man be? Like notifying her of his passing? I'm sorry for your loss, ma'am, but it seems that earlier today, your husband didn't get an apple and a balloon, and he walked off a cliff. I am so sorry. Just a couple more vines to pull. This one being a bit less foreboding and awful than the previous one. It's not involving death in any way, so that's always a plus, right? And here, I have a little bit of trouble cajoling Pac-Man forward. Like, I get it, he's cute. The flowers are in sight. We can almost go home. Please. And there's just one vine left that we haven't pulled yet. Whoa! That was a close one. If Pac-Man was standing to the left of the vine when he pulled it, the hole would have just opened up beneath his feet. But then we wouldn't have gotten to see him be pushed around by a rabbit, and where's the fun in that? And like last time, I'm gonna have him turn in this quest item as smug as hell. I don't even think it's Lucy's birthday anymore at this point, but we got her a mountain flower. And I don't know why Pac-Man does that. Why does he shrug at the camera, sadly? Does he feel like he's not getting enough credit for it? Like Ms. Pac-Man is kind of stealing the spotlight since she's the one giving Lucy the flower? I don't know. Or maybe he feels like they should be throwing him a celebration instead for not getting brutally murdered on the mountain. A rabbit pushed me off the cliffside. It was very dangerous. The password is Wukbum. Yeah, I don't think I'll be needing to write that one down. Alrighty, well, we have our next adventure in place. We need to get Pac Jr.'s guitar from those meddling ghosts, and we have to head into the metropolis to do it. Does Pac-Man have what it takes to navigate the city without getting horribly mangled? No.